There we are. Now, I'm not sure how long we're going to have here, so we'll enjoy them while we can. And I was told today by Tristan that there were 3 females. Oh, it's the Styx cubs, of course, sorry. It was the 2 females and 3 males. Nena, Mfumo and Tinyo. And the sort of model-esque figure that is Nsuku has been missing. And apparently there was a 3rd lioness. Yes, is that right? Should there have been a 3rd lioness? Yes, there are 3 in the Styx Pride. Go ahead. Sorry, go again. Sorry, I'm just going on the radio. Okay, copy that. I did call in. Sorry, I obviously didn't transmit. If you need me to leave, just let me know. There we go. Oh, they're looking so much better, aren't they? Remember the last time I saw them? It was very hot. And when was it? It was hot and on Leadwood Drive, and they looked dreadful. They looked manky. They didn't look like they were going to survive. And now look at them, fat-bellied. Oh, and look, well, the best part of that view is that it seems that the mange has disappeared from them, which is good news. There are, I mean, you know, it's so long since I've seen the Styx Pride that I'm not entirely sure. How old are these cubs now? They must be probably about 3 months. No, there must be more. They must be about 4 months old, actually. They're very tired, obviously. They ate something delicious during the course of the night. And the 3 males I haven't seen for goodness knows how long. And I wonder where the other male typically has gone off with the female. And I suspect, David, they were looking for some privacy. Well, hoping to make some more lions for the Styx Pride. And quite possibly headed off towards whatever carcass there was. Now there's one more vulture in the trees. Well, it's not even a vulture, David. That's quite an interesting bird. What is that? It is a vulture. It is a hooded vulture in the tree there. He, of course, has the worst job in the world. He has the worst diet of any animal I've ever seen in my life. His diet consists of lion scat. Can you imagine a fate worse than that? Imagine being born and told that your diet was going to be lion scat. And I think you've hit on a wonderful idea. I'm going to donate the birds I see to various members of the bird extravaganza going on here. So I think we'll give this first bird, the hooded vulture, I think because it's smaller, we'll give that one to Taylor. And I think we'll give Tristan the white-backed vulture. Okay? Good idea, Anne. Now, of course, I have to try and be fair, because otherwise I'll be in a deep amount of trouble. Now, if we go the little cub on the flat end, there we go, the flat end. I don't know what that meant, but you know, that you understood. There is that mange there, or the remnants of it, on the skin. But it seems to be fine. Seems to be no problem at all. They've really been through a tough time, these chaps. Remember, talk to us, #SafariLive. You can send us your questions and comments. You may even send us your demands, which we may or may not adhere to. send them in the form of a request, though. They've got much more chance of having them acceded to then. We'll try and find those jackals a little bit later, and I think we'll also probably try and see if we can't find some shadow tracks. But, you know, shadow being a shadow, she's not easy to find. Now, I'm quite interested in where the Birmingham boy that I hadn't seen for so long is. That's Nsuku. He who looks so very like a model. I'm not sure who that is there. I think that's probably Nana. It is. How do you know that, David?
Just told us he's got the mohawk.
Ah, he's got the mohawk. Good. What I look for in him is... No, who's got the notch out of his ear? It's Tinyo. There. Well, in his right ear, I think. Anyway, Tinyo's easy to see. So is Mfumo, on account of the fact that he has a hole in his head that has... Well, it's kind of healed over, but it'll leave a big scar. And interestingly again, Mfumo seems to be off mating, and I think he unusually is the most dominant of this group. Now, we do have a little bit of time here, but we will have to move when the Arathusa vehicles get here. Well, RC in Netherlands, I mean, you say how will the Styx or the Nkuhumas react to the smell of the Styx pride on the Birmingham Boys? Well, RC, how does a wife react when her husband arrives home smelling of another woman? You know, I mean, it's a dire situation. I think divorce lawyers will be called in. There'll be fighting and slapping and general upheaval. RC, I actually don't know. I think I would imagine that they probably could smell them, wouldn't you say? I mean, if these Birmingham boys were to fraternise with the Styx cubs and the pride for, you know, any length of time, and then see the Nkuhumas fairly soon thereafter, then yeah, I guess you would expect them to be able to smell it. And how would they react? I don't think they react at all. I don't know, other than to perhaps pick up the smell and maybe keep their distance a little bit from the Birmingham boys for the brief time that it takes for that scent to sort of go away until they're sure that the other lionesses aren't around. That's actually a really interesting question. And I'm pretty sure they must be able to tell that these chaps have been, well, philandering away from home. But of course, these lions quite enjoy it. The lionesses, quite enjoy it when the males philander away from home, because it means they don't have to feed them. And I really think that the number of times I've watched lionesses kill something and then hear males calling in the background, and they do, you know, the males call in the background and the lionesses specifically don't call back. I think it indicates that they're not necessarily always that keen to be around the males. Right, Taylor is into the bird challenge. She's got 3 birds of the same species, and they look like they've got an injury to the patella. Hello, everybody. Yes, here we are, still here. A lion has got up, which is astounding, of course. A great relief for all of us to see. I've just taken a picture of him. It's utterly, utterly hopeless. Anyway, we'll now enjoy the brief moment of activity that we have here. I always love seeing them sort of reaffirming their little bonds there. It's always so nice. And then a stretch, and then a lie down, and all the action is over. Oh well. What can one do? Geeky Bet, hello, good afternoon to you. Did you lose a bet? Oh, Beth, Geeky Beth. I wonder why you've called yourself Geeky Beth. Well, Geeky Beth, you want to know how long they sleep for? The answer is almost as long as Byron sleeps for during the day. It's about 20 hours. Byron sleeps for 22 hours of the day. and these lions sleep for 20 hours of the day plus minus. I'm of course being very nasty to Byron, who of course is not on drive to defend himself. So they do sleep a great deal, as do all the cats out here. Lions, I would have said about 18 hours or so, but certainly less than leopards, at least than lions, and they are much more prepared to move around during the day, so they sleep much more intermittently. Cheetah, I would say, yeah, probably about the same. Wild dogs sleep a good deal during the day and at night. So all of the carnivores, of course, because of their diets, must sleep quite a lot. The wind is coming up horribly, so I think we're in for a bit of a sort of blustery evening. David has already got the presenter light on so that my visage might not be dark and unpleasant. And yet we're not yet at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Gosh, that was exciting, wasn't it, David? One lion got up, walked over, and lay down again. Our cup runneth over. Our cup runneth over so much that I think we should go around to the other side of the lions and have a look and see what they look like asleep from the other side. As I said, I didn't think we were going to have very long with them, but I'm sitting here, no one else seems to have arrived other than Ryan from Arathusa. He came to have a look, and then the other two from Arathusa are coming this way, apparently. Anyway, so we'll just enjoy them for now. Oh, this is very exciting. Tristan has got some real action on foot.